this is just not as fun and convenient. I hate this. I don't even want to keep reading. Hello my lovely book besties. This is actually going to be my first reading vlog of 2025. I have taken a little bit of a slower start to 2025 in terms of reading vlogs and just tried to take a little bit of time to just let it be me and my books and no outside interruption. But to be honest, I've really missed filming them and editing them, so I'm excited to finally be filming one again for you. This is actually just going to be a bit of a realistic what I read in a week, probably going from Monday to Friday, because I do have some other reading slash filming plans over the weekend. I don't even have a TBR this month, so I'm literally just a girl mood reading. So I hope that you enjoy, grab yourself a hot drink and get cozy, because we're just going to have a cute, cozy, bookish time together. I hope. Gonna have to excuse my appearance today because I started my period today and I just need to be comfortable. So I'm literally wearing bleach stained joggers and the hair is scribbed back in need of a wash and I just need to be comfy and chill. I'm currently reading Zodiac Academy book 8. I'm 40% into it, but this book is 1,250 pages, so it's taken me a while. I'm over 500 pages in. I do really love this series and I love these characters, but there are just way too many words. Like, all of our characters are just wafflers. They just waffle on. And in this book, it's getting a bit ridiculous. Like, nothing is really happening, but they're just thinking. There's so many characters at this point to keep up with that it's just taking a long time to like check in with all of them. And the way that the last book ended, some really big things happened that obviously had large impacts on all of our characters. There's a lot to catch up on and there's a lot of people to follow with their own personal feelings and journeys, and yeah, it's just taking a while. I am enjoying it. I like being back in this world. I just wish it was not this long. I can't film with that. Okay, it is 8:30 and as you can see, I'm ready for bed. I've come up to bed. This is very unlike me, but we had dinner like an hour ago. Ollie's now gone to the gym and I did consider staying downstairs and watching Love Island because it starts tonight, and that's like what I would normally do. But it's a new year and I'm trying to be a new me, and I just feel like I don't really want to be watching Love Island at 9 PM every night. So instead I decided to get myself ready for bed, got a nice cup of tea, and I'm just gonna read in bed for quite a while, I guess. But you know, I'm kind of excited for these cozy vibes and hopefully it will help me make some progress on Zodiac Academy. So I have read quite a lot today already, to be honest. So I started on page 511 and I'm now on page 642. So I've read like 130 pages, which is pretty good going. Now 52% through, so it's nice to be over halfway. I'm up to another long chapter, 47 minutes this one. I think not last chapter, but the one before that was an hour and 20 minutes long, which was ridiculous. And I looked at it and I thought, oh my God, I don't think I can do that. But I actually enjoyed that whole chapter, like really enjoyed it. I don't know why chapter lengths put me off so much. They just intimidate me and I just don't want to read a long chapter, even though it doesn't make a difference to how long the book is. I'm sure it's not just me, I'm sure other people feel the same way. Oh, I'm actually really tired, I don't even know what I'm saying. Right, I'm gonna get in bed before my tea goes cold and enjoy this piece. When I first saw them, I thought that those Kindle stands and like clicky remotes were way OTT and that I would never have one. Honestly, recently I've kind of found myself really wanting some kind of setup like that. I don't know if I would actually go for the Kindle Arm or if I would just go for like one of the cushion versions. I don't know, like I think I'm ready to enter my lazy reading girl era where I don't have to even hold my Kindle or physically turn a page. Decaf tea in bed just hits so different. Like, I have a decaf tea every night, but drinking it in bed, it's actually elite, especially with my book. Also, is anybody else annoying like me and every time you make your cup of tea before bed, and especially if you're taking it up to bed, like, am I the only one who constantly sings, "She can't go to bed without a cup of tea"? It just computes in my brain every time I make my bedtime tea. That line just lives rent-free in my brain and I can't do anything about it. Do you do that as well, or are you normal? I would love to know. It is now Tuesday and I've just made myself a matcha. Honestly, this is the first iced matcha I've made myself literally probably since summer, but I was really fancying one. Let's see how it tastes. It's good, quite strong actually. I feel like I did quite a lot of matcha. And that's going to help me power through a bit of this. I did not do as well as I wanted to yesterday with my reading, unfortunately. There I was all tucked up in bed. I did read for like half an hour, and then my sister came over because she ended up staying here last night after work. Hello! And then Ollie got home and it all just fell to pot, and I literally didn't even do any more reading like in bed. I ended up going to bed quite late, so it wasn't really ideal. So I only got to page 653. As you can see, I'm literally mid-chapter. 53% through, so I've not done that well yesterday. I mean, I did read like 140 pages yesterday, which is decent for a work day, but I need to be getting through this book much quicker than that. So plan is for today to drink this and power through some of this. Ideally, I actually wanted to finish it tomorrow. Am I gonna finish it tomorrow? Probably not now. I'm in the office tomorrow. It says I have nearly 9 hours left. Just got back from work, and firstly let's catch up on what I read yesterday. So yesterday I got to page 760. I read 107 pages. Not great. But today I have been listening on my commute to and back from work, and then also on my lunch break I did a little bit of reading. So I am now up to page 846, which is 70% through. I've already read nearly 100 pages today, and to be honest, I want to get this book finished today. That has always been my plan, to finish this book today. This will be a week of reading it today. So I always wanted to finish it in a week. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. I obviously still have quite a way to go. And you might be thinking that you've been reading like 100, maybe 150 pages a day. How do you think you're gonna finish this book now? How do you think you're gonna read like 500 pages today? It is still ambitious, I'm gonna give you that, but I do have a little trick up my sleeve. Okay, it's time to become a lazy girl reader. first saw people with these setups, I was skeptical. I thought, that's extra, I can hold my own Kindle. Honestly, now I feel like a mug for holding my own Kindle and turning my own page for so long. This is a life-changing, and I could happily sit here all day, every day, and just press my little buzzer. It's actually crazy how so little has happened in this book, but at the same time, I'm not hating it. Normally I would hate that, but it's kind of entertaining just reading all of the back and forth between the characters. But saying that, I am ready for the plot to develop a little bit. Like, I need to get out of this place that we're in. I need to get out of this hopeless place, and things just need to get a bit better. Because the next book is the last book, right? So that's going to be like the big climax of the series. But I hope that we do get a bit more than what we've got so far in this one. Did I say I was going to finish the book yesterday? Yes. Did we all know that that wasn't going to happen? Yes. I did get to page like 1030, so I did read like 270 pages. I read a little bit this morning. I've read just like a little bit now on the first part of my lunch break, and I've got less than 200 pages to go, okay? It says like just over 2 hours of reading. I'm going to finish it today, and not late today. Like, I'm going to be starting another book today. I'm about to take the dogs out on a walk. I'm going to listen to some of the audiobook. I used my Audible credit to get the book. Obviously, I listened to some of it yesterday on my commute to and back from work. And yeah, I'm going to listen to some of it now while I walk these dogs.
I was sitting at an 8.5. I'd lost my other boot.
Should we want to walk? Yeah, okay. It may have taken a long time, okay? We are 91% through this monster of a book, but I knew the Twisted Sisters were gonna right their wrongs, and they're righting their wrongs. This feels so full circle and perfect. I'm very happy. What? That's unacceptable. I take back everything I just said. I hate this. I hate this. I don't even want to keep reading. I bet you thought that you would never see this day, but I actually did finally finish this book. I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. Honestly, it would be a 4 stars, and I am gonna give it 4 stars on Goodreads because I did really like it. Like, I love the characters so much. Like, I'm so attached to the characters, but the length was just so unnecessary. To be honest, I would literally say the first whole half of the book just needs to be like really cut down, because there was so much in there that is just not needed at this point in the series. We already know our characters, we already love our characters. We don't need all of the little like random conversations about random things that do not mean anything. I feel like I almost know more characters in this series than people I actually know in my life. But there are just so many characters, and we're like trying to keep up with all of them, but they're it's just impossible to keep up with that many characters, and I feel like we don't need POVs from all of them, and yeah, I don't know, it was just a bit too much in that sense. But as I said, I did really like it. I love this series. I now only have one book to go. I think that the last book is also really long. The book before this was also really long, so I think basically like the last 3 books are all just kind of ridiculous. But I still think this series is worth a read if it sounds like the kind of thing you'd like. It definitely is not a series that is for everybody. Like, just because you like fantasy romance books does not mean that you will like this series. I just feel like I have to say that because it's a completely different kettle of fish to like ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, etc. But yeah, I'm glad that I finally finished it, and I think I'm going to read a physical book next, and I'm very much going to miss reading on my Kindle with my little clicker. Like, that has been amazing, and yeah, I can't wait to read more Kindle books so I can do that. But I do need to tackle my physical TBR, and I think that after that I really just need like a quick, easy romance kind of book. So I think I'm going to choose one for my physical TBR to pick up. But before we do that, I thought that I could just open this. I'm not planning to do another like big book haul for a while, so I don't really want to save this until then. So I thought, why not just open it with you now? If you saw my most recent book haul, this book was supposed to be in that, but it just like took ages to arrive for some strange reason. So we have Nightbane by Alex Astor. This is book 2 in the Lightlark series. You know what's strange? This feels like really matte and floppy, and I don't think that the first book is like that. I'll have a look in a minute when I go to my TBR cart, but I'm sure the first book isn't like that. But I like this format of book. Like, I like a floppy book. I don't love matte books though. I do kind of prefer it when they're shiny, because when they're matte I feel like you just get like marks all over it. I've not actually read Lightlark yet, but I'm excited to read this series, hopefully soonish, but not today. I do hear very mixed things about it though, so I'm not expecting it to be like an absolute favourite, but I think hopefully it will just be a fun time. So let's go and put this on my TBR cart, and let's go and pick the next book to read. It's dark. I think we're gonna need some light. Okay, so here's my TBR cart. I know you can't see the whole thing, but we're going to be choosing from up here anyway. But Nightbane, I just need to find a little slot for it. Lightlark is actually also matte and floppy. Okay, so I lied, they are the same kind of format. I think I want to read a book from this shelf. This summer will be different, would be a really good one, but like I probably should just wait till it's summer to read it. Maybe. That's the same with Just for the Summer. I really want to read that, but it feels like I should read it in summer, or at least a little bit closer to summer. The Catch, I would really like to finish this series. I don't know if that's like a book that I'm going to want to just like sit and binge, which is what I want to do. Like, I want to finish this book before the weekend. Nora Goes Off Script could be a really good one because it's only 250 pages. So like, in that sense, it will be perfect, but I might want to save this for what I'm doing over the weekend. Can you guess what I'm doing over the weekend? I think it's gonna have to be between these two. I think I'm gonna go Love on the Brain. I just love Ali Hazelwood books, and obviously she's got a new one coming out in February, so once I've read this, I've read every single one of her books, I think. So I think I'm gonna go for this. I literally feel like my Kindle stand and clicker are right there taunting me, and I am just not enjoying having to hold my book and turn my page. Like, my thumb already hurts. Honestly, I really fear for my physical TBR at the moment because this is just not as fun and convenient as that was. And this is literally just a little paperback. How am I going to read all those hardbacks? Hello, happy Friday, the last day of this reading vlog. I've not read anything yet today because I've been so busy with work, and on my lunch break I started editing this vlog so that it'll be ready to go up on Sunday. Yeah, I've not had any time for reading, but last night I got to page 34, chapter 3. So not very far in. So far I'm enjoying this. To be honest, we've not even really had any interaction. Oh no, we have, kind of. We're about to get our first proper interaction between our characters, but basically in this one we are following Bee. She's been offered the lead position on a neuroengineering project for NASA. She finds out that the person that will be co-leading this project with her is actually Levi, who is kind of her nemesis, I guess, from, what was it even from, like her doctorate or something like that, and he basically wasn't very nice to her, refused to work with her, and so she's not looking forward to working with him. She basically hates him because she thinks that he hates her, but we kind of know he doesn't really hate her. Well, we don't really know that, but as a reader from 30 pages in, it's quite obvious of a certain plot point in this book, but I don't want to say, just in case you read it and it's not that obvious to you, or maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm definitely not wrong. Anyway, I'm excited to now just like drink my tea and spend some time reading this book. I'm not going to pressure myself to like do too much reading today because, as I said, I've had a busy day and I do want to have some chill out time because I'm going to have a weekend full of reading and I will be vlogging that as well. So yeah, I'm not going to be too bothered about how much I read. I'm definitely not going to finish this book. Unfortunately, Zodiac Academy just took me such a long time to read, but saying that, like, I am happy with how much reading I've done this week in terms of pages. See, I now like can't remember how I can possibly read a physical book and drink a cup of tea at the same time. Like, it seems physically impossible.